Welcome to Red Chameleon. If you like the video, please smash the like button. Today's AskReddit question is, in 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for? Let's get started. Honestly, probably malls. I feel like a lot of them are going out of business and getting torn down. Well, at least the old mall experience. The internet. Hell, I'm nostalgic for it now. Not the final form that the internet has taken over the past decade or so, but those Wild West days before YouTube, Facebook, social media, Reddit, finding weird-ass sites, GeoCities pages, looking up cheat codes for Grand Theft Auto, hanging out on forums, seeing something go truly grassroots viral, and not just because it's trending on Instagram or something. Those days when no company knew what the hell the internet was, or how to market on it. It was just left to the nerds and the kids who were making up the rules as they went along. I miss when the internet felt like a little adventure, rather than a time sink or utilitarian tool to get the day-to-day done. I do not want to live in the world where someone says, "Don't you miss 2020? It was simpler time." Movie DVDs. With everything going digital, I think production houses will soon stop making DVDs and just start streaming the movies in either their respective streaming platforms or sell them to other platforms like Netflix. I think YouTube, like how us 80s and 90s babies miss early Nickelodeon and Saturday morning cartoons, I think future generations will miss the unlimited content. Back in my days, we used video games with controllers. Being able to say, "It must have got lost in the mail," or "I didn't get your text," as a lie for ignoring someone. I work in tech and the old joke is features, schedule and budget. Quality. I don't think you need to worry about losing bad quality communication to blame things on anytime soon. Probably gaming. It will be very different in 40 years. Nah, in 40 years I will still be trash in Rocket League, so not much will change. Freedom on the internet. I have a running joke that I'm from the future, and I'm relieved that I'm back in the glory days of 2020. Privacy. If the governments do it right, they'll slowly erode people's privacy rights, and few if any will notice or complain. In fact, it's already working. Congress renewed the Patriot Act last November, and the Senate voted this year to allow the CA and FBI the ability to view U.S. citizen browser history without a warrant. Do you remember either event being seriously covered in major media outlets? And do you remember any mass public outcry? Me neither. Edit. Many people are repeatedly bringing up private data collection by companies. This is also a serious issue, and it's not mutually exclusive. Both problems need to be fixed. Top 3 things that came to my mind. Going to the movies. Being able to flip to a random channel. Driving to places. Maybe 40 years is too soon for this to be nostalgic, but it'll happen soon enough. Damn, the movie one hit hard. A small local theater near me just shut down for good, and I can't express how disappointed I'd be if the movie theater industry just never pops back up after this pandemic. Some of my best childhood memories are from the movie theaters. We just spent 5 months with our family, having dinner together, watching TV together, playing games, just being a family. Kids are going to grow up remembering the time they had with their parents and siblings. There will be good memories. This was more wholesome than I first expected. Drinks full of sugar, food full of salt. Oh, and antibiotics that still work. Privacy, and the ability to go somewhere without seeing 75 cameras all the time. Went to the beach today, and no one was in the water, except for me and my friend. Everyone else was waiting for golden hour, in their dry beach wear. 40 years ago, it was 1980. I was a teenager. If that question had been asked then, some very similar answers would have been given. Clean air, clean water, clean earth, non-radioactive land. Between 3 Mile Island and the getting hot Cold War, we thought there was a pretty good chance of some kind of nuclear apocalypse. Various species of animals, neither the California condor nor the American buffalo, among others, were looking too good. There was some general fear about computers and what they could do, see films like 1983's War Games. And yet, here we are. A little better in some aspects, and a little worse than others. 2020 is quite a downer of a year, but human beings are endlessly optimistic and adaptable. I predict in 40 years we'll look back on some of our fears today. Like 80s folks look back on things like Genesis Land of Confusion video, a little nostalgic, a little embarrassed, and a little humbled by both how much and how little has changed. There is an entire generation that's growing up on finger puppet videos and random kid-themed YouTube channels right now. Honestly, I'm scared of the hell to be brought upon us in 30 to 40 years. Healthy spines and happiness. Things aren't what they used to be, is a rallying cry of small minds. When men say things used to be better, they invariably mean they were better for them, because they were young and had all their hopes intact. The world is bound to look a darker place as you slide into your grave. Nakamo Casca. Hardcover books. I'm already nostalgic for bookstores. There's one or two around me, but pre-pandemic, they were on their way out. Payphones. Imagine trying to explain to your grandchildren, back in my day if I needed to be picked up from the park, I called collect on the payphone to my mom, and when the machine asked who was calling you said, "Pick me up at 5:30 please," so you didn't have to pay for the call. Flipping through cable aimlessly, not really sure what will be on any channel, and just going till you hit something decent. The place I'm at now has free cable included, and sometimes I'll waste hours just flipping through. It feels just like the early 2000s again, and is a crazy throwback feeling to watching TV before everything was on apps and on demand. You kind of forget you used to watch TV by finding the channel, and how you felt like you just found $5 if you happened to catch a good episode rerun of one of your favorite sitcoms late at night, when most of the channels were doing late night infomercials. Or how if you couldn't find anything good, so you just sit there and watch an infomercial about Bowflexes for half an hour, and watching the news air on TV instead of getting news through YouTube videos or posts on social media. If you wanted to know whether it was gonna rain that weekend, you had to wait till the news cycled back to the weatherman every 20 minutes or so, having to plan bathroom sprints around commercial breaks, so you didn't miss a big play during a big championship game. The experience of watching adult movies by Cinemax late at night, when everyone else in the house was asleep, planning your whole afternoon around getting all your errands done by dinner time so you could catch Jeopardy or Judge Judy, watching cooking shows in your underwear, and trying to write down a recipe, and getting mad because you missed a step, and it is live, so you can't rewind it like you can now with DVR or on demand.